My name's Robert Pratten, and I'm a Transmedia producer, and I lead a company called Transmedia Storyteller Limited, and we produce a technology called Conducttr, which is a pervasive entertainment platform. One of the great benefits of using a platform like Conductr is that you start thinking about audience engagement right at the start of the creative process. There's so much content in the world today, probably more is uploaded today than I'll be able to consume in a lifetime. And that means you really need to get close to your audience. And it's no longer a time when you could sort of create something and then say that it was finished and just hand it off to somebody else to promote it and find an audience for it. You need to be thinking about the audience from the beginning. And what Conductr does is it's a toolbox that combines storytelling, gaming and marketing automation. So you can create this connection from the audience that's actually integral to the experience you're building. So you don't need to have this separation between like the art, the entertainment and the marketing. It is one and the same. There is no divisible line between the two. A successful project that's used Conductr. Last year we worked with Canal+, who's the license holder, the distributor of Game of Thrones in Spain, and we created a 10-week experience that started with a live event and finished with a live event, and in between it was a massively multiplayer role-playing game on Twitter. So an hour before the show went live, you could attack people and fight to become like king of your territory in Spain. And midweek, when the show wasn't on air, then it was much more of a strategic game that you were playing. Still on Twitter, you could seduce people, you could betray them, you could give them coins. And all of this was sort of managed by Conductr. We had a very nice website that was developed by somebody else, but it was using data that came from Conductr that had been picked up from Twitter and such like. One of the great benefits of digital storytelling is that you get to make a one-to-one connection with your audience. I think many people in the media business have traditionally been in a kind of broadcast mode. You make a movie or you make some kind of screen-based entertainment, and you get no feedback from the audience unless you're actually sat there with them at a festival screening or in a cinema. And one of the great things about digital is that you can talk to each person individually by personalising that entertainment. We actually have a process, it's called the Active Story System, and what it does is it's a series of worksheets, and it asks you to look at your story world and find the things that will generate conversation that people will get connected to. So obviously characters are a big part of that. If you look at TV shows that have been running for many series, people get really engaged with the characters predominantly, and you can take the characters, like if you look at, I don't know, something like Star Trek, you could even take the people from Star Trek and put them in a Western, like you kind of beam them down into the Wild West of America, and yet it's still Star Trek because you're connected to those characters. The first thing is you have to say, what is it that I'm trying to say? Like, what's my message? What is the premise inside my story? And then you have to think, okay, I've got that message. Who is that going to resonate with? Like, what members of the public are going to feel most strongly about that? And they're the people that you need to reach out to first. And too often I meet filmmakers and I say, who's the film for? Well, it's for everybody, really. Right, okay. But who really is going to advocate on your behalf? Who is going to feel passionate about this, that they're going to tell their friends and so on? And I think that's really the first stage to building the audience.